So we are back at Honda, a different Honda though. I'm back in Utah and we're at a different dealership today. But today we've got Eddie here. Eddie, thank you so much for meeting up with me. Love this setup you got.
We're driving cars on a Mars tonight. We're blasting off to the stars tonight. We wanna go.
You're the third Honda tech in a row.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like, you still have so many new tools that I have never seen before.
There's
I love that.
something that we drink as Honda techs that just,
Oh, I love that color on that. Was that Master Series, right?
yeah.
Oh, I love that. Is it like called the cranberry?
The cranberry, yes.
Oh my gosh. And then this cart.
That cart and the small table over there, yep, this is
Oh man.
where most of my life takes place.
Yeah.
My version of the corner office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're at Honda. How long have you been here?
22 years.
22 years. So have you been only at Honda?
No, I started wrenching about 30 years ago.
Oh, 30. Whoa.
So I did small independent shops for 8 years before I came here.
Oh man. So Honda treats you pretty well though?
They do. They treat us really well
I
here.
love that. So I love your Mac tools. I used to have the same one with the split top.
Yeah, that's the money maker. That's
Yeah.
where 80% of my job is done from is
Yeah.
that cart.
How long have you had this guy?
3 years now.
Oh, 3 years. Okay.
Yep. It was a steal off Facebook Marketplace.
That's how you do it.
Yep.
Yeah, I love this because when you have it open, you still have a workspace
You do.
to work off of.
I had to put a couple magnets up there because there's every now and then where I'm just launching stuff at it, bolts, sockets, and it just kind of hits the magnet and sticks.
Yeah, right. Oh, look at that.
So that's the quick grab sockets.
Oh, I love all the purple too.
I have a slight thing for purple tools. You're gonna notice it might be a slight obsession.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, I love these long.
Yeah, so those are the new Astro Torque extensions. They're incredibly thick compared to normal extensions, pinless. They make my little electric impacts feel that much better.
I love like they have their own case and everything.
They do. It takes up a lot of space, and I'm waiting on other little things to set them up
gotcha.
because for Honda, you honestly don't need all 10 of them.
Oh, okay.
You need the 10, the 12, the 14, the 17, and the 19.
Gotcha.
And then I can take the rest of them and get them out of my way to grab quicker.
So as far as your sockets go, do you have a brand that you typically follow?
Not that I typically follow, but typically grab the snap-on sockets.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. A newer set of the 1/2 inch wobblies, the 1/4 inch wobblies, the 3/8 wobblies.
Nice.
Those are Astro wobblies, the mid-length.
Oh yeah, they're like kind of deep, huh?
Yeah. So they're not the deep, but they're mid and they're pinless.
Oh, look at that.
So obviously they work great for exhaust studs.
I love these have magnets in them.
Yep. Those are the Sunex magnetic.
Okay.
Sunex only makes them in the 12-point.
Oh, okay.
If you want them in the 6-point, you got to go gray pneumatic. And getting gray pneumatic warranted, you have to have a dealer that sells gray pneumatic.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yep. Sunex, you could just log onto their site, take a picture, and they show them, and they send you a new one.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
And those are lifetime warranty?
Yep. I tend not to buy anything that's not lifetime warranty.
Okay.
When you've been in it as long as I have, yeah. Yeah, you buy the lifetime warranty stuff.
Like
Same
quarter
thing.
inch?
Yep, that's my 1/4 inch setup. So you've got Cornwell Blue Power in the back, Sunex magnetic, deep and shallow.
And then the deeps, do they have like
So
spring,
yeah,
spring loaded
the
too?
deep is just kind of
That's awesome.
spring loaded.
Yeah.
And I find myself grabbing the magnetic sockets now, even when I don't need the magnetic socket. Which is why I have the Cornwell locking extensions.
Oh, nice.
Is because when you're going extremely deep, Honda likes to place bolts where no person should place a bolt. So you hook it to the long locking extension, magnetic socket. If you don't have it on the locking extension, you pull it out, your socket might be staying on the bolt.
And all of these, like the organizers and stuff, where do you get these from?
They're a company called Toolganizer,
Oh, Tool Organizer. Okay,
Yep.
I've heard of them.
and they're actually local down near your neck of the woods.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
They space it in the top here, just so when I'm reaching in, they're spaced just enough that I can
Oh, I love that.
incredibly quick. I can read right where they are, where they're at.
You just have to have it labeled one time on the top.
Yep, just one time, and that's the row.
That's
Same with over there. So I can just boom, boom, as quick as I can.
Oh, that's nice.
And they're not locked on or anything. They're just magnetic, so they sit there, they stay there, but they come off as easy as...
Yeah, and I see you got a light here.
Yeah,
What is that?
That's a light from a dollar store.
Really?
To be honest with you, yep. It's one of my favorite lights. It was like $4 at a dollar store.
No way. It looks nice.
I've dropped it 100 times. It takes forever to charge. It's not the brightest thing in the world, but the magnet is just like, you see those Cyclops ones?
Yeah.
And people leave them on the car all the time because the magnet's so strong. This magnet's just strong enough that as soon as I start to pull out of my stall, and falls on the ground.
That's awesome.
Perfect. So
it's orange. Like,
yep,
you're not gonna leave it.
I'll pull the car out and come walking back in, and it'll be laying in the middle of the stall. There it is.
That's winning. And I see you got one. Oh, you got a couple.
Yep. So 1/4 inch on that side, 3/8 on that side.
Awesome.
One set of 1/2 inch, and then the rest of the 1/2 inch are in the drawer down from it.
Okay.
So
Nice.
yep,
So those are your go-to ratchets right here?
those are my two outside the car go-to ratchets.
Okay.
I use another two for inside the car, and that way my hands don't, they're not, these ones are obviously greasy, dirty.
Gotcha, yeah.
I throw it on a seat or something like
Oh.
that. The seat's greasy and dirty.
Sure.
I've got a ratchet for the inside of the car. I throw it on the seat. The ratchet's spotless, the seat's spotless.
Oh, that makes
As long
sense.
as my hands are spotless. Yeah.
That makes sense. I don't think a lot of people think about that.
They don't until the customer complains about grease or something on their car.
Gotcha.
And even if you didn't do the grease, that customer's going to find some grease. Yeah.
Snap-on screwdrivers on the side here?
Yeah, the cabinet screwdrivers
Okay.
that I've had forever. In fact, they're even the older style handles.
I don't see those very often.
Yeah, for Hondas, the thin blade
Okay. Yeah.
works great for just popping clips for everything. That's why they stay up here. I don't really use the Phillips too much.
Okay.
We'll get to a story on the Phillips when we get to the big box.
So I see kind of a mixture of different brands. Do you get all the trucks out here?
So we do.
Oh, you do?
We're kind of what I call tool truck wealthy
Really?
here. So we get all 4 of them, Snap-on, Matco, Cornwell, Mac.
That's so nice.
And then at the end of the block, there's a Harbor Freight.
No way.
And at the end of about a mile away, there's a Home Depot.
So you got like everything.
So if you need a tool and you work in this area, you probably shouldn't be borrowing it.
And then I guess these guys flip up. Do you put anything?
Yep, so that's just
Just paper.
random paperwork in there. So wrench drawer, oil change stuff. So flip sockets that are half sizes, because Honda decided they're going to get in bed with GM on the Prologue, and the Prologue has GM lug nuts.
No.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's the worst.
it is. It's horrible. So that one sits there now. Ancient Pittsburgh sockets
Look at
from
that.
Harbor Freight. And you can see which ones have been warranted over the years. The 21, the 19, and the 17.
Nice.
Yep. The obligatory K-tool or mountain wrenches.
Oh, nice.
Yep, that everybody has.
You like those pretty well?
They're godsend
Are they?
for Honda drive belts.
Oh, okay.
They get into spots for Honda drive belts. They work great for them. Our Mac guy sells them, and he will warranty them lifetime. They cost a little more money from him, but yep,
That's
if they're
awesome.
lifetime warranty,
Yeah.
he got them bought. And then alignment wrenches for Hondas, a 1719, a 1417,
Nice.
which is a weird one, but when you're doing alignments on Hondas, one side is 14, one side's a 17,
Oh, okay,
you
yeah.
can switch them up. Yep. And the 15/16, which for Hondas, it's a 24, but the 15/16 seems to grip it just a little better.
Oh, does it?
Just a little bit
Nice.
tighter.
Yeah.
So it doesn't round it off as much.
That's awesome. And I like you're like right next to this alignment machine.
I am.
This is perfect.
Yeah, but
Oh, sweet.
like I said, it's version of the corner office. You choose it for easability to the tire machines,
Yeah.
the alignment machine. You don't have to roll your tires,
Yeah.
50 yards across the shop.
And I'm maybe I'm behind the times. What is this?
That is...
Sorry, I know we're like right in the middle,
Yep,
but I'm
no,
like,
that's fine. It's basically it's an alignment tower, but what it also does is it aims cameras, radars.
no way.
Yep.
Oh,
So
that's
it
cool.
sits with that
Oh,
hunter over
okay.
there,
Yeah.
and you just move it into the middle of the shop.
Ah,
You set it all up behind my rack, of course, and it aims stuff perfectly.
Oh, that's awesome. Sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt.
you're fine. Godsend.
What is that?
That is a preset Honda torque wrench
No way.
for drain plugs.
That's sweet.
Sets it to, what is it, 31 foot-pounds, and
That's
you never
awesome.
over torque a drain plug.
And it doesn't even have like a switch, so it's
Nope,
just
you
for
can't.
torquing.
You can't switch it. You can't go back the other way. It goes one way. It's preset. You can't change it.
Well, that's awesome. Is that something you had to buy?
That's a Honda tool that, over the years, I've bought in a lot of Honda specialty
Okay.
tools just because I'm not going in the other room looking for them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it becomes a waste of time to
It does.
try to hunt stuff down.
You go through a stage in your career where you might leave a few drain plugs loose. Everybody does it. It's just one of those things. You got to stop it from happening, and that was my way of stopping it from happening.
Right on.
I spent a lot of money on the torque wrench at the time. I've got to get the use out of it.
Sure, yeah. Looks like it's been through.
Oh, it's
quite
been
a bit
through
of work.
a wars, just wars.
And so are these all snap-on as well?
So they go snap-on from 8 all the way up to 22,
Okay.
and then because Honda, I should say, doesn't really have sizes bigger than 22 besides a 24, which I use the 15/16 for. I just bought cheap
Oh, nice.
Duratec just in case I have to go that big,
Sure.
up to 30. But
Nice.
you can see I hardly ever touch those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. And I like your like the coloring
Yeah,
on the wrenches. It's cool.
came across somebody on a YouTube video that was doing it, and they were painting the inside of it, and then they just wipe it off,
Oh, okay.
and it stays on the inside. I found that even though I paint the inside of it, I don't need to wipe it off. It's just going to wipe off with my
Oh, yeah.
over the. I mean, the 10 you might not even see the 10 very much anymore.
I love it.
Yeah.
And then these organizers here are these?
Toolbox widget.
Oh, these are toolbox switches.
Yep.
Okay.
And I use Toolbox widget here and not in my box because they have enough space for me to
Oh, okay.
grab quickly. They're
Yeah.
not like those are Alien Space Saver,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and you can see how tightly they're packed in. And it takes just a little longer for me to get in there and get them.
Uh-huh.
But with the Toolbox widget,
That's awesome.
get in, grab it,
Oh, I love that.
and throw it back as quick as I can.
I love that. I love how your cart is set up like that,
Yeah.
where it's like all your go-to stuff and stuff.
It's
to
just
reach
quick,
for.
easy grab as quick as I can compared to the Toolbox, which is just crammed together. So this is just catch-all, everything else type of drawer. Pliers. There's another
No way.
Honda torque wrench.
Is that for
Preset.
like wheels?
Yep, lug nuts,
like
80 foot-pounds.
Oh, that's awesome.
You can't go back, you can't go forward,
Oh, that's
just
awesome.
80 foot-pounds. Click, 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 click. And then since Honda has two sizes of lug nuts, the 80 foot-pound and then the 95,
Okay, yeah.
because I didn't want to spend the money on the other one. they were getting a little expensive. I bought this from Cornwell, and it's just a preset torque wrench
Oh, okay.
that you can 100 foot-pounds, and there it
Oh,
goes.
nice.
So you never have to
Yeah.
unwind it all the way.
So you don't have to like turn that back down to
Nope,
zero. Or
I don't have to turn it back down to zero. I can just leave it in there,
That's awesome.
and it honestly wasn't that expensive, so I can chuck it back in there and not have
Nice.
to worry about it too much. Just
Oh, that's a
your
solid set.
Yep, your bits, screwdriver. I don't really use the screwdrivers very much, but the
Okay.
torques I use a lot. You can, the
Yeah.
tips are well used. Again, if I find something that I think I might like, but I'm not sure,
Mm-hmm.
I will buy the cheap version of it. See if I like it. If I do, I will take the cheap version home, buy the expensive version for here. So these are wobbly spark plug sockets.
Okay. Nice.
Magnetic, and they're just the cheap Duratec stuff off of Amazon. And I haven't used anything but this one, but an expensive one of this is getting bought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
Honda J Series, the V6, getting the back bank.
Oh,
It slides
nice.
in. Yeah.
That's perfect.
I don't have to use a locking extension that gets stuck all the time.
Right, yeah.
Sliding it up, and yeah, the double-sided Cornwell pliers, so the handle doesn't have to open very wide, but the tips
Oh yeah.
open way wide. Like I said, Honda puts bolts where you shouldn't put bolts. They put other stuff where they shouldn't put other stuff. Mac Tools pliers wrench, just a knockoff of the Knipex.
Okay. Yeah. I was
Knipex.
gonna say it looks similar.
It
but-
would, yeah, it was just a whole lot cheaper, and I
was
didn't know
it?
how much I was gonna use it. I honestly don't use it that much.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah,
That's good.
which is why it's still here, and the Knipex or Knipex, whichever way you want to say it, is not bought. But the Knipex Cobras,
Oh, there you go.
yeah, they got bought.
Yeah.
Snap-on pliers, snap-on side cutters. So you've seen the Lyle electrical disconnect
Yeah.
stuff. Like I said,
Oh, you got purple.
thing for purple tools.
Yeah.
And you may find that I'm a rolling advertisement for the small little mom and pop shop, JD Tico,
Okay.
purple handled.
Yeah, there you
Yep.
go. Oh, look at those.
Those
wild.
are my favorite pliers in the world.
Whoa.
Nipex, bent, and what they're great for, little spring clamps
Okay.
Honda has. Get on them and squeeze them. They will get on them and squeeze them. They'll get on them and squeeze them.
Oh, man.
All at a bunch of different angles, and they all do it where your hand
Oh,
is
that's
out of
sweet.
your line of sight to see it.
Oh, I love that.
If you're a Honda tech and you don't have those ones,
Uh-huh.
change the way you work on Hondas. It will.
And that organizer there, is that the tool organizer?
Tool organizer stuff again. Yep. Just different regular. Instead of the Kiwi pliers that everybody buys, the easy red ones.
Yeah.
We got really good Mac dealers. So
Nice.
these came in a 3-plier set. The other ones are in the box, but those guys,
Oh, those look crazy too.
yeah, 45-degree angle pistol grip, and they're spring loaded. So
Man.
they're the cheap Mac ones. So they're kind of the Chinesium, for lack of a better term.
Uh-huh.
But they're lifetime warranty, so they just get warranted.
Nice. And so do you have a truck that you typically like to go on, or do you just kind of spread the love
I
between
kind
all
of spread the love a little bit. I mean, honestly, I will shop them all. I
Yeah.
will shop them to death. Do you have this? How much is it?
There you go.
I'll wait till the next day. Do you have this? How much is it? Then round the week it comes. I'm like, he had it for this much.
There you go. That's
He
how
had
you
it
do
for this much. When you have all 4 of them come,
Oh, that's awesome.
yep, you can pit all 4 of them against each other.
That's awesome.
Hopefully they're watching. And that's one of the power drawers, or one of the electric drawers.
Milwaukee guy.
Yep.
Oh, look at these covers. Is this the
Again, JD Tico, they make
awesome.
boots for, there's your little impact driver.
Yeah.
And the boots are half what Milwaukee wants, if Milwaukee's making it.
Huh.
They cover the serial number, so it's easy to warranty them.
And that they hold up pretty well, like the covers.
That's my 3/8 stubby, and that cover's been on there for 3 years now.
No way.
Yeah, close to 3
Awesome.
years. That's the old stubby. The new stubby, they make the boot in purple.
Okay.
The old stubby, they don't. So it's got the green boot still.
Gotcha.
Yep. But the 3/8, they do make the boot in purple.
Oh, there you
so,
go.
Yep.
Nice. Oh, they got a little strap too. Hold
Yeah.
the battery in better.
So Milwaukee's problem on their older stuff is when you sit there and rattle on something trying to break it free, the battery would sit there and rattle back and forth, back and forth. And there was all TikTok stuff and how you do it with zip ties. Even somebody was using his wife's hair ties.
No way.
Wrapping them around there. But yeah, JD Tico came out with bat straps.
Bat strap, huh?
Yep, and they sell them, and honestly, this sits there and rattles, and that battery stays
Nice.
stuck right there. So the old 1/2 inch, I can't bring myself to buy the new 1/2 inch
Yeah.
yet. It's the old one works just fine.
Yeah.
I'm not that far into it yeah. The high speed, again, another boot from
nice.
them.
Those look pretty new.
Honestly, they're pretty old.
Are they? Okay.
But usually when I'm grabbing any of these, including my ratchets, I'll usually grab a rag first
Oh, okay.
and wrap the rag around it, just because I like looking.
Yeah.
I like looking at them when they're clean like that. A Sunex air gun.
Oh, that looks cool. I've never seen them like that.
Yep. So and in the bottom of the box over there, let's see if I can even get it off. You can change the tip to a OSHA approved tip.
Okay. Yeah.
So when your boss says you have to have an OSHA approved thing, you can, there you go.
there
I
you
got
go,
one.
yeah.
And then when they walk away, you just
Got the snap-on.
the snap-on air hammer.
Does it hit pretty hard?
It does. In the box, I've got an old Blue Point one that I used for years and years because, man, that snap-on one's a lot of money.
Yeah, it
it's a lot of money. Mac had a special on their air hammer, and somebody traded that in on the Mac truck
Oh, no way.
to get the Mac one. But yeah, the Mac guy was like, it's this much money. And I'm like, that's a steal. Give it to me.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Oh, that's awesome. And is this like organizer?
Yep, just organizers. There's another one underneath it.
Oh, okay.
The Honda specialty clips, license plate bolts, nuts. Basically a bunch of stuff that I don't want to leave out and I don't want the other techs walking by and snagging. Yeah.
Like, I'll take that.
Yep, I stick them in there. Now that they've watched this video, I'm going to have to move them.
Like an Eddie.
I'm going to have to move them off.
Your box, it looks so nice. How long did you say you had this?
About 13 years.
13 years. Like
And the
this
bottom
thing-
was used when I bought it.
Oh my gosh. It looks mint. I feel like it's been in a storage unit for...
It sat in this specific spot for probably those 13 years.
No way.
It
That is
moved.
so
It shifted a little bit over.
Did it?
Yep. Yeah, that was about it. It shifted there. I don't even know if it's coming out of there, to be honest with you. We might need a forklift. It's stuck to the concrete.
So what all do you keep up here?
So small little.
You gotta have a little...
Yep. It holds old spark plugs.
Okay.
Test spark plugs, all the silicone, the Honda Bond, the other stuff. Mac Tools rechargeable light
Whoa, that thing looks bright.
at 5,000 lumens. Yeah, and it actually has cooling fins
Oh
on
my
the back side of
gosh.
it. It gets used rarely.
Yeah.
That's why it's all dusty. If I'm doing interior work like pulling a dash, you just set that behind you in the back seat, turn it on full blast, and it just illuminates the whole thing. So it
awesome.
gets rid of the let me shine the flashlight right where I'm working.
yeah.
You can use two hands. It's don't turn around and look at it.
Right, yeah. You go blind to...
Yeah. K-tool fan that's set up aimed right down, so right back at me
Oh, that's
when I'm leaned over a hot car doing a valve adjust.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's on my back.
Oh, that's perfect. I love the stainless steel top too.
I also found that I like to launch stuff from where I'm at. And if the magnet's full and I'm launching stuff up my toolbox, I better have some sort of mat that slows it down. I'm not throwing stuff up there, but there's,
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I love your dual monitor setup. That's pretty sweet.
I looked at ways of getting more. It just kept.
Yeah. And you have a couple of ratchets.
Yeah, these are the Snap-on. Guy Martin. Guy Martin's a motorcycle racer. I
Okay.
obviously race a little bit of motorcycles.
Awesome.
But he was sponsored by Snap-on, so he had his own little set of
Look at that.
Snap-on ratchets that I bought that just sit up there and remind me that I spend money for no reason. Yep.
You're like, join the club.
Yep, I spend money for no reason. This drawer might take a little while.
Look at that. You got the tool grid.
Tool grid, and of course, it had to be in purple.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where did you get purple? I don't think I've seen...
It took a while.
Really?
Matco.
Oh, Matco. Okay.
Matco has it, and it's not the full grid. You had to buy it in the little squares.
Oh, okay.
So it's just the square, just the square. I haven't screwed them all down yet because I keep moving them around.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I move them all around. It takes a year.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I move them around. Still not exactly happy with it. And I don't know if I'm going to move them, so I'm not going to screw them down until I'm happy with it.
I feel like Tool Grid's one of the best socket organization
It is.
methods out there.
I think you can go either way. You can spread it out and make them so they're easy and quick to grab, or you can, like I've got it, packed
Right.
in here because, yeah, I'm only using one side of this drawer for my sockets. So,
Sure. Those big ones look crazy.
so they are basically crank sockets from Cornwell.
Okay. I've never seen that design before.
Yeah, they're honestly, they sit over here because the design is a little iffy.
Oh, is it?
So I bought these when everybody else was buying the Ingersoll Rand ones, the ones with the big hoop on them and stuff. And I bought them from our Cornwell dealer. Our Cornwell dealer went out.
Oh.
Yep. And then I cracked all of them.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and then I broke all of them. So then I just went and bought the cheap Lyle one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And honestly, and then we got a Cornwell dealer back a couple years later, and I warrantied them all.
Oh, okay.
But they stay over here, and the Lyle one gets used every day.
Oh, nice. So that one holds up pretty well.
This one does twice the work those ones do every day.
Nice.
All my former heavy equipment stuff that I got out of
Oh, okay.
when I was younger, thank God.
Massive stuff.
Yep, that I use for the press now.
Oh, okay.
They're
That
press
makes
tools.
sense.
Yep,
How long did you do heavy equipment?
not very long,
Okay.
about a year.
Okay.
Yep, about a year. And then that ended, and it was a choice of getting back into the small stuff or sticking with the heavy stuff, and I think I probably made the right decision
Yeah.
for me. Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, the heavy stuff pays a lot better, but
Yeah.
I tend to think that I probably would have been dead or in a hospital by now. Snap-on Modus. basically, I keep it for it's got the scope on it.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Because the Modus now, they're not updating anymore.
Oh, gotcha.
Which is why I don't think I'm ever going to buy another Snap-on.
Yeah, you'd think they just
Keep updating
right.
it. But now it goes to 22 and that's it.
22 is not bad.
Not bad. It's not bad. But then when you think how much you paid for the scanner, and then you start thinking 22 is bad.
Right.
22 is not good. That's the new, this one's not mine, this one's the shop. I just get to be the guinea pig on it. Honda's new interface between a laptop and their car.
Oh, okay.
And it's wireless and it's finicky.
Oh, is it?
Oh, man.
Huh.
This is something I don't see a lot of Honda techs have, but it's a lifesaver. It's not a code reader. It's actually a bi-directional scanner.
Oh, no way.
And it does Honda and Acura only. That's the only two software it has in it. Doesn't have a battery. So you plug it in, it will program keys, it will run function tests, it will do anything you want to do.
No way.
On a Honda. Stillman locking lug nut, keys, every one you can think of.
Oh, okay.
So the hex, the splined, this one I've obviously come across. It's just a bigger,
right, yeah.
Yeah, the bigger version. Better safe than sorry. For Hondas, these things, they go in your impact driver. They're pinless wobbly. They're 12 point. When you get down to it, that hooks onto them, goes onto your 3/8 gun, and that's how you get a Honda driveline off.
No way.
Because it fits right up in there.
Oh, that's nice.
You don't have to use your wrench. And yeah. That's why the 10s
a little bit
used and abused and the rest of them aren't. Honda has a new recall out on their steering gears.
Okay.
And they have their tools that are for the job, but they're not ratcheting. Getting to them, this little guy
Oh, look at that.
gets right in there,
That's
and he can
super
sit there and
shallow.
and ratchet it out instead of the Honda tool where you just one at a time. Stillman will lock removal, so if you don't have the lock key, they don't make the lock key, you can't find it anymore. This is the old school stuff, so you just pound it on as hard as you can. Honestly, though, if you know what those are for, you're as old as I am.
Like for the Cadillac hubcaps and stuff?
Yeah. Long triple squares that I don't dive too heavy into the European stuff.
Okay.
But it was buy the short ones, get the long ones for free. Torque wrenches, half, quarter, 3/8. The gear wrench one I bought because the Snap-on one is they're ridiculous.
Yeah.
There's so much money.
Sure.
But they're worth it. Don't buy the gear wrench one.
Oh, really?
Don't.
What's the difference?
The whole feel, the whole vibe. Every time you use this and you hit the torque, you have to reach over and hit the clear button
Oh, no way.
to move to the next one. With the Snap-on one, you just boom, 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 boom. Yeah. It's finicky. It's a pain in the butt to use. Spend the money.
That's good to know, though, for sure.
This is the 1/4 inch before they came out with the teeny little 1/4 inch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. For Hondas, doing rocker assemblies, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The half one, and it's the old style too.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah. But the half will do angle, my 1/4 won't.
Oh, okay.
Yep. That's why the red body to the gray body.
Gotcha.
This drawer, there's stories too. So I was on a quest pretty much for the perfect screwdriver.
Okay.
It took me a while, and it took me a lot. Yeah.
You got Snap-on,
Matco, Mac. Actually, the Cornwell's in the drawer underneath it, but they don't make it in purple, so it can't go in this drawer.
Just leave it down there.
So you got the Snap-on pry bars,
Nice.
the Matco pry bars, Snap-on hard handle screwdrivers, the 2 larger pry bars. The Matco screwdrivers work great on German cars.
Okay.
I don't know why. They just do.
Huh.
The Mac screwdrivers, the handle's all right, but they just,
Yeah.
yeah. So I had all of them but the Mac one. I ordered the Mac one because it was at SEMA.
Okay.
And I saw it, so I ordered it. It was on back order. While I was waiting, I discovered Vessel.
Oh, okay.
The only problem with Vessel from being the perfect screwdriver is it's not magnetic. So you buy the little Vessel,
Oh, wow.
turns it into a magnetic screwdriver.
Look at that.
There's no need for this, any of this. Buy
the one.
2 vessels. Buy the 2, buy the 3. They're impact us, so you smack them and they're impacting.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
like an impact driver. And for Hondas, for any Japanese car, because they're JIS,
Okay.
those are the only two Phillips style you will ever need. You don't need this.
This looks so nice, though.
This is my anti-anxiety drawer. When I'm getting anxiety, I come and pop this drawer and go, I spend money for no reason. Yeah.
I didn't know that Mac and Matco really did foam very much.
Yeah, I would take them out of the foam and cinch them down if I knew I wasn't going to have to resell them sooner or later.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
But yeah, I've obviously found the 2 screwdrivers that I ever use. So when I retire, this stuff's going to have to get resold somehow.
Sure.
So the foam is probably going to do that for you.
Yeah.
Matco purple picks, the Snap-on picks, ancient Craftsman nut drivers that sit there because honestly, there's no other spot for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Corn wheel scrapers. They sit like there and in this drawer because this box, its fatal flaw is, I think we're done with that drawer, skinny drawers.
Oh, gotcha.
And, oh man, they're a pain.
Gotcha.
They're a pain. And you can trade them out for the bigger drawer, but you lose 2 drawers for one.
Sure.
And Snap-on wants a lot of money for that drawer. So because you've got skinny drawers, you have to pack your pliers in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And lay them flat, which, that drawer bugs me.
Man, you got a lot in there, huh?
Yeah. I don't even know where to start in this one.
I love that you have like a variety of different brands, though. I really,
Yeah,
really like that.
I tend to stay everywhere.
Yeah.
If it works, it works. If it's cheap enough and it works, even better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Old Blue Point water pump pliers, but they're so old that they're made in the USA.
Wow.
And they're rebranded by Channel Lock.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So even back in the 90s when these were bought, Snap-on was still rebranding their stuff. This one might be kind of interesting. It's more for home, but I've been using it here just because of the stripper. So it's automatic wire stripper, but also when you hit the button on the back of it and tap that, it will tell you if the wire is live.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so you can, at home when you're wiring your electrical, you can reach up, test it. Okay, that's not live.
No way.
Strip it.
Well, I don't see this color very often.
Those, yeah, as close to purple as Snap-on's going to get. And our Snap-on dealer that I got the box from, really good guy. It always, helped me out whenever I needed it. He actually wrecked his truck, and instead of fixing it, he decided he was going to retire and sell his route.
Really?
So when he's cleaning out his stuff, he obviously knew I have this purple tool addiction. He just brought them to me, and there you go.
No way.
Yep.
Holy cow.
They're not free. I've spent enough money with
That's a good point.
It was a nice gesture of them, but I've spent enough money with them. They weren't free. Matco hog ring pliers. We used to do enough seat cushions and seat stuff here that the way those are spring loaded, so you pull it, you put the little hog ring and then squeeze it. Oh, it would save your hands.
Oh, really?
Of course, now we don't do very much of that stuff, and it sits there and gets lost in all the other stuff. Obligatory Honda
Oh, there you go.
clip tool thing that you see in everybody's Honda box.
Do you use those?
Honestly, I use these guys more.
Oh, really?
And the reason is that all those clips in the bottom of the drawer that you saw that I don't like people stealing, I usually replace the clip anyway.
Oh, okay.
If I'm pulling it out, it's getting tossed and
Gotcha.
it's getting a new one in it.
Sure.
Hemostats.
Oh, man.
You'd be surprised how much you use those.
What do you use those for?
Honda gets stuff where Honda shouldn't put stuff. Vacuum lines, you pop a vacuum line off, and instead of letting it drop down and fall down and you can't find it anymore, grab it, pinch it, set it there. It doesn't drop down. If Honda would quit putting stuff in such a tight little area. 1990s Craftsman Robo grips.
There you go. That's like the Father's Day gift.
Yeah, that everybody. And actually, it's little mini brother I use every day, all day.
No way.
Honda drain plugs come with aluminum washers on that like to get crushed and stuck on there.
Okay.
You just hold it in the wrench and you grab it with this and twist it off.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it works fantastic.
I don't think I've met anybody that actually
uses them.
Yeah.
You might not ever.
That's
Those
awesome.
I don't think I've maybe used twice in their 30-year career that they've been in the toolbox, but yeah.
It's good to know they hold up though. That's
They do.
Awesome.
Wrenches.
Look at that. Man, is this all the tool organizer?
Tool organizer.
Okay.
That bugs me, but Yeah.
That is red.
Yeah, that was my mess up. That's why it stays in there.
Oh, okay.
It was a mess up in ordering. I put it in the cart and then I went back out. And when you go back out on their site, if you hit the button and go back in, it changes it to the default color.
Oh,
I didn't know that. And it came and it was red. And
no.
oh man, does it bug a lot of people in the shop too.
Come on, tool organizer, help them out.
It bugs. That's why I haven't painted it. Because it bugs me so bad. I'm not even painting the...
Everything looks really organized though. I love that.
Again, as much smacked in there as I can possibly get.
Yeah.
So tool organizer, those are Alien Space Saver.
Okay.
Because I'm willing to try anything,
Sure.
you know, just to see if I can get it smacked in there.
How do you compare like the Alien versus...
To be honest with you, they're about even.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah. The Alien Space Saver stuff, you can squeeze tighter so you can get it closer together. So it's actually going to hold your wrenches a little tighter if you need to.
Gotcha.
Like the tool organizer stuff is just a little looser.
Oh, okay.
Matco crow's feet, they fit perfect on the metric ones fit perfect on the rail.
Yeah.
Not so much on the standard ones. They're everywhere. Yeah, you can't get them to fit right, and it shouldn't bug me, but it does. And snap-on line wrenches get stuck back there because I'd much rather use the crow's foot.
Oh, okay.
Sunex stubbies because it was by the metric on Amazon, and you got the standard for free, and I think it was like $30.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, this was years ago.
Whoa. You pretty happy with them?
I am. I took my Craftsman USA ones home.
Really?
Because I do a lot of work on motorcycles, and honestly, I want the better stubbies at my house.
Oh, I see.
But they're completely comparable to the Craftsman USA ones.
Yeah, I guess you're not putting a bunch of torque on like a small wrench.
Not at all. Blue point ratcheting wrenches, because if you've got the mountain ones, you know, you don't even touch these anymore. The set almost every technician starts out with, if you're my age.
Trusty Craftsman.
Craftsman USA raised panel.
Yeah.
That still sit in the back, the standard, the metric.
Those look kind of crazy.
So an old tech I used to work with before Honda had snap-on ones of these, and I used to love using them all the time. They get in spots where other stuff isn't supposed to. And finally, when I started collecting tools and pushing more, decided I wanted a set, but I didn't know how much I'd use them. So again, I bought the cheapest I could find just to see if I'd use them, because the set from Snap-on is $800 or something like that.
Crazy.
It's nuts. And the problem is that I find I'm using these all the time.
Really? That's awesome.
Which is awesome and not awesome, because that means those are probably going to have to go home, and the Snap-on ones are probably going to have to get bought.
What are these black ones?
Those are Cornwell brake bleeding wrenches.
Oh.
So 8 and 10, 6-point.
Oh, that's
They get
nice.
you right at the right angle.
Oh, I love how they get skinny at the
They get really skinny to get past the caliper. Not that I use them much anymore.
You say you don't use those anymore?
I grab my mountain wrenches.
Gotcha.
Break it free.
We don't have time for that.
Have time. I grab the mountain wrench. Again, there's your Cornwell screwdrivers that would go in the other drawer if there was room, or if they were purple, we'd find a way to do it.
Yeah. What? Sorry, I didn't know they made purple.
They make purple PWZs.
That's awesome.
They're a little difficult to find and
I
difficult to
bet.
hunt down, but
I don't think I've seen that before.
I got a problem. So I found that one, and then found that it was just a little too big
Okay.
for Hondas. We ordered the smaller one, and 4 times it came purple part number, but a blue handle.
No way.
It took like 2 years of ordering,
What?
but I refused to settle for the blue one.
Right. Like, that's why I'm buying
That's
it.
why I buy it. Exhaust hanger pliers
Okay.
and a Harbor Freight stethoscope that is invaluable for Hondas. When Honda's noises happen, they are hidden, just like their bolts, just like everything. They're stuck there. The little hose, the cable hose clamp things. I bought the cheapest one I could find because I thought, am I going to use it? Am I not? Snap-ons are like $200.
Right.
I'm going to use it. And I find I don't use the damn thing.
Oh, really?
I don't use it. I use the Knipex pliers, and that thing sits there. So
That's a good way to do it, though.
yeah,
Like,
what were those, like $13 on Amazon or something like that? Yeah. Like I said, even if I don't use it, it's $13. I'm out $13.
Right.
No one cares. The wife might care if she watches this one and adds it all up in her head. Don't do that. Don't add it up, babe. Oh, my favorite drawer. I love doing the electrical, actually having to think type of stuff. Granted, that's the stuff that doesn't make you money in this industry.
Yeah.
You make money off the mindless, brainless services. But when I have to get into this drawer, I'm happy. The complete power probe set with the short finder, the power probe.
Oh, no way.
But I find on Hondas, I don't really use it.
Oh, really?
I get the power probe out purposely because I think I haven't gotten that out in a while. Let's test the window regulator. Let's get it out and use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Honda's got an issue with their 1.5s and blowing head gaskets. They love to blow head gaskets. They get in a wreck, and Honda's head bolts on those are teeny.
Really?
And what happens is the cylinder head shifts because they're so teeny. When the cylinder head shifts, it leaks into a cylinder and it'll burn up the coolant and cause a misfire.
Huh.
So instead of the $800 snap-on boroscope, just the Dub Tech,
Oh, look at that.
Dubstec or whatever, however you say it, $60 or something
No
like
way.
that. So I saw your video on your articulating one this
Yeah,
morning. Yeah. And I would love to have one of those. But the problem with Honda's 1.5s is how teeny the spark plug hole is.
Oh, really?
It is the 14, it's so teeny that that barely fits in there. And that's
Really?
a 5.5 millimeter.
Okay.
Yeah. This one will do straight down, off to the side,
Okay.
or it'll do split screen. So
I feel like these have come such a long
So
way.
far.
Like the snap-on ones, you just can't.
$800 for the exact spec one that is? Come on. 10 years ago, you couldn't find one for under $500.
Right. Yeah.
You were paying $500 no matter if it was a cheap one, if it was expensive one.
Right.
Now you can pick them up off Amazon, you can pick them up probably off Alibaba or
Sure.
anywhere you want to pick them up, and they work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Power probe PP draw for parasitic draws, because Honda is notorious for people complaining about parasitic draws. A few years ago, we had real problems with security systems just going off willy-nilly. You'd have your car sitting there and the security system would go off. We had cars that would just sit, and then you'd come out and the key would be on. No key in the car, but the key's on. Yep. There's your draw of what's causing it. Yeah.
I love that because that'd be so much easier than having to do like the amperage.
Yep. So it hooks to OBD2. It is the battery. So you disconnect the battery from the car.
Okay.
It supplies the battery, and it will tell you how much the car is drawing off of it. Milwaukee soldering replaces the butane one.
Oh, okay. So it works pretty good.
It works so much better.
Does it?
So much better.
Huh.
Because I do so much rewiring, and for a little while, we had a problem with mice
Oh, really?
chewing wires. For some reason, they love to chew. It's something to do with Honda's making the casing of the wire out of like a soy-based casing, and that they would they'd chew the crap out of it.
Like something smells good over here.
Yep. Honda makes
What?
anti-mice electrical tape.
Look at that.
You
Whoa.
wrap up your wiring in it, and the mice hate it. They don't
deters
chew
them.
on it. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know what it's made of, but I'm not going to be the one to test it,
Right.
whether it tastes good or not. But yeah, if you're having trouble with mice eating your wiring,
No way.
give Honda's parts department a call. So this little guy is from Harbor Freight, and it's actually back probes.
Oh, nice.
It is the same kit you get off the Matco.
Is it?
Cornwell. This is $12. Theirs are $60. Go to Harbor Freight and buy theirs.
It's hard to mess up something like
It
that.
is.
Like, it's the same thing.
It's the same. It's the same kit. It's the exact same stuff. And the Fluke 88, which if you're a Honda tech, get a good multimeter.
Yeah.
You're gonna need it. Oh. Next one down. So compression tester
Okay.
from the 90s still works. Seal kit that I don't use anymore. A Honda. I don't break this out very much anymore. Bushing extractor
Oh, wow.
for trailing arm bushings. Old CRVs. The trailing arm comes forward and the arm bushing bolts in like that. And you pop it down, and instead of taking the whole arm apart, taking it to the press and pressing it out, that grabs around it and
Oh, no
pushes it
way.
out. It got used in the early 2000s at least twice a day.
Really?
For 10 years. Now it sits in the box and barely gets touched.
I bet that'd save a ton of time.
It did.
Not having to take it out.
Inner tie rod, dial caliper, and it's a leak down tester. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Matco leak down tester.
Nice.
And serpentine belt tool. It sits in there now
Does it?
because of the mountain wrenches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's no point in getting them out. The mountain wrenches do it. Torch for alignments, because we don't get our stuff is rusty, not like the rust belt.
Sure.
But I mean, it gets a little rusty and a little stuck. Not rusty enough that you got to break out the big acetylene torch.
Okay.
Just rusty enough for the little map torch.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh. Packed in there.
Yeah, it is.
Fender covers.
Cool.
Oil and transmission.
Oh, nice.
Yep. It hardly gets used anymore because the computer monitors all that stuff for you now anyway. Bearing puller from Harbor Freight, which we don't use very much on Hondas, but it's in there. Just a Mac air tool die grinder. Tire plugs, which we're not allowed to use anymore.
Okay.
Unless it's on my own car.
There you go.
I'm not suing myself.
Right.
So, yeah.
Like sidewall? No
Yeah.
problem.
I'm not suing myself, so I keep it for my own stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see. Test light, which,
nice.
yeah, is buried in there because when do you use it anymore?
Right.
A water from Mac. So you hook the hose to it. You hook it to a hose on the car will fit it.
Okay.
And you just pull the trigger and the air and the water. Honda had a problem a while back with plugged heater cores.
Oh, yeah. That'd be a nice back flush.
Yep, don't get too happy with the trigger.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Make a mess.
it'll pop the inner seals of the...
No
Yeah,
way.
because it just... Too much pressure. Just a little vacuum kit.
Does that work pretty good, like the suction on it?
It does. It works so good that I have 2 bags.
Oh, wow.
One bag is all taped up. I use that bag, this bag for interior stuff.
Okay.
That bag's used for window glass, moonroofs.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
When they shatter and they just sit on top, you don't want to open the thing.
Sure, yeah.
You want to get all the glass out before you open it.
I like this little shelf here. Like
Yeah, that
shelf. I guess it'd be tough in this scenario.
It does, and this is stuff so packed in there, it's going to be hard to get it all back in. Lyle brake compressor, rebranded matte coat, but it's the same thing, only it's for the twist calipers.
Oh,
So you use the pistol grip and you twist with the wrench,
yeah.
and it just pushes in at the same time.
I love that tools have come such a long way. I remember like doing my first ever like integrated brake, parking
Yeah.
brake. I was using one of those like cube looking things.
It's in the drawer down there. Yep,
And
I
now
still
we
have it, and now...
Awesome tools.
And I hated that cube. Oh, I hated that thing.
It's a waste.
Press your hardest to
Waste,
twist. Yeah. But it was all I had, so
Right,
it's
yeah.
all it, yeah. Ratchets and extensions. So that's the old Snap-on one. In fact, it's so old, it's 36 teeth. Yep.
Well, I would imagine something that big, you don't have to have, super fine teeth.
It's nice, but the problem is that the super fine head won't fit on the old handle.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'd have to buy the whole new ratchet.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
Cornwell extensions, I like the Cornwell extensions because of the knurling. Same with the locking ones, you can grab it and twist. You can see the difference between the Snap-on knurling and the Cornwell
Oh,
knurling.
yeah. Way more
there's
aggressive on the
huge difference. Harbor Freight locking extensions, didn't know if I was gonna like them. Bought
Yeah.
the cheap ones. Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy the expensive ones. Same, here's your old
Oh, there you go.
first gen Craftsman USA ratchets.
Yeah.
Never use, they have no business. They don't do anything.
Is this a Craftsman too? This old?
This was my everyday, all day ratchet until about 8 months ago.
Really?
Yeah, I mean every day, all day.
Oh, I love that. Oh, the detents too.
The
That's
detents,
so nice.
I love the detents, but what I love more than anything is the quick release.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Snap-on makes it, but they don't make it in. If you get the wobbly with the hard handle, they don't make the quick release. So I'm gonna have to make my own by buying a small ratchet with the quick release head and swapping the heads. The reason why this one got retired is it has one tooth.
So we're.
I'm not going to be able to find it. It's one tooth and it will get you right when you don't want to be got. I have ratchets for outside the car, and then here's my ratchets for inside the car.
Oh man, the black.
The black with the purple. Yep. I don't know if I'm liking their locking mechanism or not.
Yeah.
I use them inside the car, so I don't really use the locking too much.
Okay.
But I mean, they're clean.
And are these organizers the same?
Yep, the same tool organizer.
Okay.
Yep, Mac breaker bar and a 3/8 no-name breaker bar. That's the extent of my ratchets. A cheap Vim one that swivels, but
Nice.
you can lock it into place, and
Oh, that's different.
it's way different. But the locking mechanism just gets in my way.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I've never had one of the rotating head ones, so I figured I'd try it and see if I liked it.
Yeah.
We're not going with the expensive one of those either. Lights.
Oh man, you got a bunch of lights.
There's something with Hondas. Honda techs and having lights.
Yeah.
Even if they don't admit to it, they will have flashlights everywhere. They're everywhere. There's flashlights up here.
Look at that.
Yep. That light up so I can actually do intricate work on if I'm doing lock cylinders and stuff. There's whole drawer full of lights. There's lights over there. There's lights in my pocket. And there's old lights, old mag lights that.
Look at that.
I mean, when you were in the 90s, that was what you had.
Man.
Dual A batteries, a little bulb that's blown out, and you hooked it to your belt, and it slid in there, and that's where it sat.
So is that your go-to right there?
So this is what I go to when I got to look at something real quick. It's just the stylus.
Okay.
Yeah, but when I'm actually doing work, my new go-to is that guy.
Oh, the new icon. Okay.
Yeah, there's a reason why I bought it, and the reason is stick lights. Most stick lights will come on one side, you'll turn it on the other side. Mm-hmm. This one you can do that, but you can also turn on both sides at the same time.
Oh, no way.
So, good, the battery's a little dead.
There we go.
See?
Oh, yeah.
So, both sides at the same time.
Nice.
One side is a color match light, but the other side isn't.
Okay.
And then a little blue light, and then it'll do the same.
Huh. It's like everything in one.
Yeah, so it's a blatant rip-off of Snap-ons,
Yeah.
which most Icon stuff is. Honda's got dark holes where they stick stuff.
Yeah.
Both sides at the same time, stick it down there. That comes out of the drawer and gets set right on top of the cart every day, and that's where it lives. The only reason why it's in the drawer is because that's the light drawer and you were coming.
Okay.
That's the only reason why it's in there. Old, just random lights that I just refuse to get rid of, and the Stinger 2020 sits in the drawer and does nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I like the stick lights better.
Okay.
Like the Capri light that my wife got me for Christmas one year, I can't remember.
Okay.
But yeah, it works great. If I didn't have the other two, I'd be using that one. The only reason why I don't is because that doesn't flex very well.
Gotcha.
But the one thing I found with almost that one's still on, every stick light is they're magnetic. Cars really aren't magnetic anymore. Plastic, aluminum,
Oh, okay.
everything's like that. So it won't fit in the light drawer. It's too tall.
What is that?
So it's suction cup, and then the base is magnetic.
Oh, no way.
So when you're on a windshield
Yeah.
or an aluminum hood,
Oh, that's sweet.
pullers and brushes, old school Snap-on power steering puller, Harbor Freight steering wheel puller.
Okay.
I have no need for the expensive one.
Yeah.
That Hondas just don't need that type of puller very
Okay.
much. JD Tico, not a wiper puller, because apparently somebody has the patent on calling them a wiper puller.
Really?
So if you call it not a wiper puller, you can make
There
it.
you go.
Bolts that hold engines to the engine stand. The OS drawer. Yep. Which every tech has. The reason why the battery puller's in there, the battery carrier, is because I got nowhere else to put it.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Like I said, small drawers, they come,
Yeah.
Here's one, a tip for you. Snap-on's extractor set with the left-handed drill bits,
Oh, yeah.
they will not warranty the drill bits,
Really?
but the Mac ones will.
Oh, there you go.
They're left-handed. He will warranty, the Mac guy will warranty every drill bit.
Nice.
All the way down. That's why I have Mac drill bits. And that's why I have Mac burr bits.
Okay.
Because he will warranty them. Doesn't matter. If you think they're dull and you don't like it anymore, go hand it to him. He'll warranty them. These go in, they're teeny
Those are tiny.
little burr bits.
Huh.
They go in like your Dremel tool or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Warranted.
Nice.
Yep. The old school set that you might not ever see again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's no point anymore. Lockpick set.
Oh, man. Yeah.
For getting into cars, but old cars, like 90s style cars I have a few of those old cars.
Yeah.
Yep. But I mean, it sits in there. It just reminds me of times when, they lock their keys in their car.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be right back. Mac drill, because you bought the bits, they gave you the drill for free.
No way.
I'm sure it's not free.
Right.
You know, Snap-on taps
Okay.
before they left Irwin.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah,
Nice.
I've yet to have to warranty one.
Oh, really? Huh. I heard Snap-on is just now starting to come out with their own stuff.
I've heard they are too.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't really need any more taps
Yeah.
with Honda. I've got the biggest thing that Honda needs. I've got the smallest one that Honda needs.
Awesome. Oh, nice.
So what's left of Air Tools, the old Air Hammer,
There you go. That one hit pretty hard when you had it?
not really.
Not really?
It's blue point, so it hits decently hard, and I wouldn't have bought a new one because it hits hard enough, but the stupid trigger
Oh.
twists on you.
Oh, that'd be frustrating.
Oh, it was annoying. The hub shocker, which don't waste your money on if you're a Honda tech.
Okay.
It works great for hubs that don't have a CV axle through them.
Oh, okay.
So it will bust the rust off. They'll fall right out. It works perfect. Hondas usually have CV axles through their hubs. And when they do, that CV axle just holds it that much stiffer, and it really doesn't help at all.
Gotcha.
Milwaukee 18 volt impact driver drill. The stubby, which is it's the 18 volt stubby.
Okay.
So you might as well just use the 12 volt because they're about the same power. Because the M12 is so much smaller, lighter. It gets in the Mako 3/8. That thing will hit harder than any other 3/8 I've ever.
Really?
Yep. Anything. DeWalt, Milwaukee, anything. That little 3/8 hits harder than
Awesome.
the 1/2 inch stubby with a 1/4 inch hex on the 1/2 inch. It's what JDT calls the problem solver. All it does is create problems, but what it does do is you stick a bit in it, a JIS bit, rotor screws. Boom.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. That's a good idea.
That's exactly what I use it for all the time. An old Mac Aircat rebranded. Oh, an ancient dirty. It's the M6100 from Snap-on.
Oh, so that's like way old.
94.
Whoa.
It still kicks. It still goes.
Does it?
I can still use it.
Love that.
It's completely and utterly underpowered now. But yes, it still works. This is in this drawer because it doesn't fit in any other drawer.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just too tall. It's the Cornwell vacuum refiller.
Oh, nice.
It gets used every day.
Does it?
In fact, it usually doesn't sit in the drawer. It usually sits over on the bench, and that's where it sits.
So I'm curious, did this come with this?
No, it did not. That's Snap-on setup, and I was in the process of building my own power drawer.
Oh, really?
Is what I was doing.
Okay.
They make not Snap-on, but another company makes the extension thing that rolls in and rolls out and does all that. And I was in the process of doing it because I loved it and I wanted one. And then I realized I never get in it. I just get in the cart in the bottom drawer. What's the point?
Yeah.
So I kind of stopped halfway, and honestly, it's a waste of space.
Gotcha.
Waste of a drawer.
Yeah.
But I spent so much money on the rack. I think it was $200 and something.
No way.
I can't justify just getting rid of it. So it sits there. Paperwork drawer.
Okay.
You know you got an old toolbox, an old Snap-on toolbox when the lid goes all the way back. And it's just one of those things that why? I don't understand. Why can't they just make it like they used to? What you would call a junk drawer, I guess.
Okay.
Silicone markers. Cough drops because it gets dry in here.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, punches.
Man, look at that thing. That thing has seen some use.
That's my chisel. When I first found it on a car when I was young, I thought it was a railroad spike.
Really?
Because it was so rusty. And yes, it's seen some use. That's the chisel I snap races with,
Okay.
get bearings out with. Yep. That's not even a punch. That's a
Is that a caliper?
That's a caliper slide. That ask me how you bend a caliper slide that big. Got that one in my heavy equipment days and turned it into a punch because it works perfect. Roll pin punches, I've only ever needed the two little teeny ones, one for Subaru axles, valve lapping tools, Lyle clutch alignment. That's got to be 20 something years old.
Really?
Still works all the time.
Awesome.
Oh, and then Honda CV axles on like Odysseys. Actually, the passenger one will bolt onto a stay that holds it.
Yeah.
And they corrode in there. And you can't get them out.
Oh, geez.
Use a Snap-on race punch.
Okay.
Come all the way in from the backside and wail on it. And yeah, that's some of the best money I've ever spent. Oh, Mac trim tools, Icon hose picks,
Nice.
because I didn't know how much I was going to use the hose picks. I usually just use the pliers,
Oh, okay.
break it free. Am I going to use them a lot? Am I not? No, obviously not, because I still got the cheap ones.
Yeah.
Honda seatbelt recall stuff. That slides in to the bottom of the seatbelt buckle.
Okay.
You can pull a buckle apart without it all falling apart.
Oh, okay.
You replace the little button. That's all that's bad on it is the stupid red button. Thanks, Honda.
Yeah.
So you've seen the Skinners. JD Tico puts a handle on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which is, oh man, that's nice.
That's cool.
You can see I've got 3 wiener dogs.
Oh, yeah, I see them.
Yeah. So when JD Tico brought out a wiener dog pry bar,
look at that.
yeah, it just had to have it. It doesn't get used, it gets sit there. Just another Skinner, but from JD Tico with the flat side. If someone names something funny, I'm gonna buy it. The double dongler, yeah, I'm gonna buy it. But this kit from Snap-on, that guy right there, at the beginning of the day, that usually comes out and that usually goes in the pocket.
Oh, really?
And because we do so much interior stuff that don't scratch, that don't mar, and it never breaks. I've lost 3 of them. I've replaced all 3 of them instantly. Yeah. Terminal tool kit, which we don't use very much anymore. Just electrical stuff for
Gotcha.
depinning.
Yeah.
All right. Just fuel line disconnects, a caliper, seal tool, razor blades, metric and standard tape measures. Here's something you might not have seen before. So here's what your valve adjustment tool comes like to adjust Honda valves. So you break it free, you twist it with your screwdriver. The problem with Honda's engines now, the J series, is there's no room
Oh.
to get that handle.
Okay, yeah.
So you buy this one, you punch the handle out, you buy the Snap-on stubby screwdriver.
Okay.
You knock off a little bit of it and you press the stubby screwdriver handle onto it, and it gets right in there on the J series.
That's awesome.
And our Snap-on guy was actually building them. Once I built one and another guy built one, the Snap-on guy was actually building it for people here. Yep.
That's awesome.
Your feeler gauges, and you've seen the Snap-on feeler gauges with the handles. So I bought 2 separate handles, one red, one blue, hot for exhaust, cold for intake.
Genius.
You never have to. What size is that? You can
That's
easy
awesome.
grab.
I didn't know you could buy them individually.
Yep, you can buy them individually, different colors. Blue for cold, red for hot,
Okay.
exhaust intake. Volkswagen timing chain tool that I bought to use once on my brother's Volkswagen. Once we got his timing chain done, I made him sell the car, and it's sat in the toolbox ever since. I did his rear wheel bearing at the same time, and that installs the rear wheel bearings
Really?
as the hubs. Yeah, because they're pressed on. They're not like Hondas where you just pull the whole hub and bearing assembly off. They're actually pressed on. They leave a race you have to cut off.
Really?
And to press it back on, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I asked the tool guy. He's like, oh, yeah, I got that tool in the back.
Huh.
Used it once. It's sat in the toolbox right there ever since.
Huh.
I hope I never have to use them again. Oh, random coolant drawer. Pressure tester. Head gasket combustion tester.
Okay.
Extra electrical leads I didn't have a drawer for. Impact driver that I don't use anymore now that I've got the vessel.
Oh, okay.
Screwdrivers, I don't even break it out.
Gotcha.
Oil filter wrenches, yep. Random drawer, brakes, old brakes, drum brakes. Go to Harbor Freight. When you're rolling up your window to take your window regulator out.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
OTC, I think you've seen these before.
For like the lower control arm.
Lower control arms. Oh, I have no idea why I didn't buy one sooner. Yeah. Cornwell double flaring kit for brake lines.
Okay.
We don't do that much anymore.
Gotcha.
At all. Independent days when I bought that in the late 90s. I was doing brake lines all the time.
Oh, okay.
Mainly Ford Explorers for some reason. Those things rotted like bad pumpkins after Halloween. They just
Some hammers.
hammers.
Look at that.
That's a purple.
Oh, that's
Snap-on
awesome.
hammer. That one took a little while. Yeah, I believe they had to get that one. That one in my pry bars, I believe he had to get shipped in from Europe
Really?
because they were offering them in Europe and not in the U.S. So we had to get them shipped in.
they make them here.
Yep. Are you willing to pay shipping? Yeah, I'll pay the shipping. Just give me the purple tool, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Honda specialty tools, rear main seal driver. Think you've seen these a few times.
Yeah,
they're 3D printed
okay, yeah.
Honda, seals. That's why I don't use the seal drivers anymore. I've got this set.
Gotcha.
A guy here showed me a TikTok a few years ago about them. It's been a couple years. And I was like, oh, those would be cool. That'd be nice. And I completely spaced them. And then I saw him again on your video of the Honda Tech. I think he's on the East Coast. And I'm like, oh, I remember those now. I could really use those. And I got back onto his website and I'm like, well, those went up in price, didn't they? And I bought them anyway.
Oh, I love it.
And yeah, I've already used them.
Oh, so they work pretty well?
They do. There's the 3D printed version.
Okay.
There's the actual version from Honda.
Oh, wow.
He must scan them. He must take his, he must do something like that, but it works great. Ear protection, hammers. Here's a Honda tool I don't know if you've ever seen before. It inspects wheel bearings before you put them in
Really?
to make sure the encoder ring.
Oh, okay. Look at that.
So I don't know if your camera will come out. Here's an old wheel bearing. And you pull it out and you
Look at that.
can see the encoder ring in there.
Yeah.
We had a rash of wheel bearings that were just trash.
Really?
Right out of the bag, yep. They'd come with missing encoder or something. In fact, we had one, a tech here had one a couple weeks ago that he swore he checked before he put it on. And then he put it on and it didn't work. When we pulled it out and we looked at it, it was not good. He knows who he is. Last drawer. Small slide hammer.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's pretty much the same thing as the Snap-on one. Snap-on one's like $1,000. These are like $85. I swear to God, they probably come from the same factory.
Probably.
Don't buy the Snap-on one. Oh, just random extra parts, chargers, straight edge,
Okay.
fuel pressure gauge, Max slide hammer. A Vim. This little guy is nice for when you're pulling engines. It's just an engine chain.
Oh, nice.
It just bolts to the engine.
Huh.
Slides around the hook. You put the hook through the cherry picker.
Yeah.
Up it comes.
Oh, that's
I don't have to go hunting around a chain through the
Right.
shop. Where's the chain for the cherry picker?
Right,
Who had it last? I think that just about covers it.
You're the third Honda Tech in a row. And
Yeah.
it's amazing. Like, you still have so many new tools that I have never seen before.
There's
I love that.
something that we drink as Honda Techs that just, I don't know what it is, but we have to have overkill.
Yeah.
Overkill. Like I said, 80%, 85% of what I do, I could do out of this cart.
Oh, that's awesome.
But yet I spend money for no reason.
Yeah. Love it. I do have a question.
Sure.
I always like to ask, if somebody's looking to come into this field, do you have any advice for them as far as tool-wise, or just any advice?
Obviously, I've seen my share of people who've gone to school and my share of people who haven't.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it seems like the techs that do better don't go to school. Just
Okay.
come to a dealership like us. 80% of the people we have in here came through our lube bay. So they were hired as a lube tech. They got moved in here as an apprentice. And that's how they did it.
That's interesting.
Most of them don't have setups like this, and as well they shouldn't.
Right.
Buy a Harbor Freight cart. Buy a couple carts off of Facebook Marketplace.
Uh-huh.
You could work out of that for 10, 15 years, be happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. There's no need to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars until you get the tool addiction.
Right.
Once you get it, you can't get rid of it. If you're looking to make a little bit of money and you really don't want to go the college route, it's not a bad route. Every dealership in this country is hiring.
Absolutely.
Every
yeah.
dealership.
Yeah.
And they're hiring anything. Start out as a lot tech, but tell them when you start out that you want to move. You want to do this, and you do that here. Within 2 or 3 years, you're past your lube tech stuff, and you're in here as an apprentice. So I'm sure there's other dealerships just like ours. It's easier to home grow your technicians, almost like a sports team's minor league, just a
Right.
feeder system.
Yeah.
That way we can teach them the way we want to do it, or the way Honda wants to do it.
Sure.
And the easiest, fastest way for Hondas.
And I imagine being a master tech, you go to classes and learn all this stuff all the time. You learn typically in school, I guess.
They send us to school every now and then. Once you're a master tech, you go 2 or 3 years without going to school.
Okay.
But they add classes, and then you'll go and you'll catch all the way back up.
Gotcha.
But if you're not a master tech, this dealership's sending kids all the time
Really?
to training.
That's so
You go
cool.
for a whole week, they send you, you go to the training center, you learn, you fly.
Well, Eddie, thank you so much for showing us all your
thank
tools.
you.
Taking the time out of your day. I really do
I
appreciate it. Awesome setup, awesome shop, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. Love Honda Techs. Like, this is just so cool. But if you guys have a setup you'd like to share, you can hit me up on Instagram or just send me an email. But till the next one, we'll see you.